In this tutorial, we install Django, create a custom user model and the admin user, and the Django Ninja API endpoints. Let's get to it. Hello, welcome. I'm Andreas, your tech-curious web designer. In this tutorial, we'll build the backend for our chat application, install Django and all the dependencies we need, configure a custom user model to store additional data such as the avatar image, and set up Django Ninja to create our API endpoints. But before we dive in, I would like to introduce you to my own web app Fabimo. Fabimo is a web application built with Django, HTMX, Alpine.js, and Django channels. It lets users discover digital art, connect with the community, collect artwork cards to build a deck, and play against others in a real-time card game to climb the leaderboard. Check it out at fabimo.com. And now back to the video. First, I want to quickly mention the prerequisites of this project. We have the code editor or IDE. I'm using here Visual Studio Code. Python has to be installed as the programming language. I'm using UV as a modern Python package manager. You can install it with pip install UV. And Next.js, which we need for the front end. Here I'm inside Visual Studio Code in an empty folder called Next Django Chat. First, let's create a folder for the backend with Django. Then I cd into this folder. Initialize UV --bear. This creates a PyProject or TOML file, which keeps track of all our project dependencies. Then we set up a virtual environment with UV VNV. On Mac, we activate the virtual environment with source.vnv/bin/activate. On Windows, we activate it with .vnv /scripts /activate. Now we're inside the virtual environment with the name Backend Django. Then we install the dependencies we need in this project with UV add. So we add Django, Django Ninja. Below we need for uploading and processing images, Django course headers to handle cross-origin requests between our frontend and backend, and channels and Daphne we need for the asynchronous real-time communication in our chat. Now it is installing those packages and sub-dependencies. Then we start a new Django project with Django admin start project. Give the main project folder the name _core, and with dot install Django in the current folder. This creates our core folder with our core settings files, and we can start up the Django server. With Python manage to run server. And check it out in the browser at localhost:8000. And Django is successfully installed. Great! Next, we will create a custom user model. This allows us to add additional properties to Django's default user model, such as an avatar image and status updates. I shut down the server with Ctrl+C. Then I create a new Django app for the users. With Python manage to start app. And I give this app the name a_users. Then I go to this folder, here to models.py, and define here the model class for the user, which represents a table in the database. I import the abstract user class. This is Django's default user model class. And then I create the custom user class, which inherits from the abstract user. Here I define additional properties I would like to add to Django's user model, like the avatar, with an image field. I have a status property as a jar field, and a isOnline property, which is defined as a Boolean field and can be true or false. And I represent this model class in a database with the username, which we automatically inherit from the abstract user class. Okay, save this file. Then to see this table in the database, we have to register it in the admin. So I'm going to the admin.py file, imported a custom user class from the models.py file, and register this custom user class in the admin panel. Then we register this app with our Django project. So I'm going to the settings.py file in the core folder. Here to install apps and add a_users in here. And with this line, we tell Django to use our own custom user model instead of the default user model. Next, let's configure also the media files. These are image files uploaded by the users. So at the very bottom here, I define the media URL and also the media root. This is the folder where the media files will be stored. Okay, save this file. Then we also have to add the URLs for the media files. So in the urls.py file, I import the settings and static. And here we tell Django to serve the uploaded media files from the media root directory using the media URL path. This is only for development. In production, media files need to be configured and served separately. Okay, save this file. Now let's create our users table in the database. For this we create first a migration file with Python manage.py make migrations. And then we migrate it to the database with Python manage.py migrate. Now that the database has this custom user model, we can create our admin user. With Python manage.py create super user. Give it a username and a password. Now let's spin up the server again with Python manage.py run server. We can go now to /admin and log in to the admin panel. And here we can see the users table we have created, with admin as our first user. And here at the bottom we can see the custom properties we have added to the user model. Let's upload an avatar image and add a status update. Okay, and save. If you like this content, consider to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. This helps me to grow this channel and to reach more aspiring web developers. And if you want to support my work financially, you can subscribe to my Patreon page and get access to exclusive content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And check out my Udemy course on how to create a TikTok clone with Django, HTMX and Alpine.js. You can find a link in the description below. As next, let's create the API to share this user data with the front end. I create an API file in the core folder, api.py, and here we create a Ninja API and add the user routes to it under the /users path. Okay, save this file. Then we add those routes to the main urls.py file. So I'm going to the urls.py file in the core folder, import the API we just defined, and include here the URLs for the APIs, which can be accessed under the API path. Okay, next let's create the users routes. I'm going to the users folder, create a routes.py file, and we also need a schemas.py file, which is validating and serializing the data, transforming Python objects into a JSON response used for the API. Let's first define the schema for the users. I import the model schema class, import and load the user model, then I define the user schema. Here I manually define the avatar field as a string, because with the resolve function I can convert the image path into an absolute URL, which we need for the front-end framework. And if no avatar exists, I return none. And the other properties like ID, username, status, and is online, we take directly from the user model. Okay, save this file. Now let's define the routes. I add here some imports, instantiate the router, load the user, and in the first route, we fetch all the users from the database. And as a response, we send the data as a list in JSON format using the user schema. Next, we add a route for the sign-up. So for the sign-up, we need the username, the email, the password, the status, and the avatar. And then we create this user in the database. And then we also add a route to fetch the logged in user. So if the user is logged in, we return the user, otherwise we raise an error. Okay, save this file, and let's check it out. Let's restart the server. With Python manage to py run server. And in the browser we can go now to /API/users. So this API is fetching now all the users from the database. For now we only have the admin user. We can also fetch the logged in user with the /me API. This is a single object. And if we go to /API/docs, we can inspect all the API routes we have created and the schemas. Okay, let's add another user now. So I click here on the sign up API and can click try it out. Add a username, an email address, a password, a status update, and upload an avatar image. And then click execute. Then we go back to the users API and see we added Bobby as the second user. Nice.
Nice.
As next, let's create the chat APIs to add and delete a message. For this, I create a new Django app and call this app a_chat. I add it to the installed apps, create a model class, and define here the message with the properties author, which is a foreign key to the user class, the text property, which is using a text field, the image property for uploading an image, and the created at property to store the date and time. Okay, save this file. Now let's create this table in the database. We make the migrations and migrate it to the database. And spin up the server again. Next, let's create the routes and the schemas. So in the chat folder, I create the routes.py file and also the schemas.py file. I define the message schema. The author property will link directly to the user schema, and the image we define manually, because here again we create the absolute URL for the image. Okay, save this file, and now let's define the routes. I instantiate the router, load the user, and then we define the routes. The first route fetches all the messages from the database using the message schema. Then we add the route to add a message. Here we receive the request object from Django's authentication system, which contains information about the logged in user, the text and the image. So if the message has no text and no image, we return none. The same if the user is not logged in. Otherwise, we create a message in the database with the author, which is the logged in user, the text and the image. And finally, we also have a route to delete a message. First, we check if the user is actually logged in. If not, we return none. Then I fetch the message object And then I also check if the author of the message is really the logged in user. And if this is the case, we delete the message. Okay, save this file. Then we add those routes to the API. So I'm going to the api.py file in the core folder. Imported a chat router. And add this chat router to the API under the path /chat. Okay, let's test it out. I go to api/chat/messages. As we can see, at the moment we have no messages. So let's create a message. So in the docs, I click here on the Add Message API. Try it out. Add a text. And an image. And then click Execute. Let's go back to the Messages API. And as we can see, we added a message, including the author information and the data for the message. Great! Alright, and this is all for this tutorial. We set up the Django backend and created those Ninja API endpoints. In the next video, we set up the Next.js frontend and display this message in the user interface. If you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon, not to miss the next one. I hope to see you there. Until then, happy coding my friends, and bye bye for now.